Over the past several years, Nikon has enjoyed a surge of momentum. With hits like the Z9, Z8, and the elegantly designed retro-inspired ZF, the company reminded photographers that it could not only compete in the mirrorless era but also lead it. These releases signaled a confident return, showcasing Nikon's technological innovation, build quality, and ability to understand what photographers want in high-performance cameras. Yet recently, that momentum has suddenly slowed. Nikon's once buzzing rumor cycle has fallen eerily silent, and this quiet is making longtime followers uneasy. Among all of Nikon's upcoming products, the most worrisome absence is the long-anticipated Nikon Z7 III, also informally referred to as the Z7 III. Questions abound. Has development stalled? Is Nikon hesitating, or has the camera been sidelined by shifting priorities? To understand the gravity of this silence, it helps to look back. The original Nikon Z7, released in 2018, represented Nikon's first serious full-frame mirrorless high-resolution camera. With a 45.7 megapixel sensor, it targeted photographers who prized maximum detail, tonal accuracy, and Nikon's signature color science. The Z7 wasn't perfect, early autofocus issues and other limitations were well documented, but it established a strong foundation for Nikon's full-frame mirrorless ambitions. It was a camera for enthusiasts and professionals alike, offering the image quality and color fidelity Nikon users had long expected, while also exploring new technology. Building on that foundation, Nikon released the Z7 II, which refined the platform. Dual processors improved overall speed, autofocus became more reliable, and the camera's operational stability and workflow efficiency saw meaningful upgrades. The Z7 II quickly became a trusted tool for landscape photographers, portrait specialists, and studio professionals who demanded precision and resolution in a compact, full-frame body. For several years, it filled its niche perfectly. But now, nearly 5 years later, the conversation has shifted. The Nikon Z7 III is nowhere in sight. There are no teasers, no credible leaks, and no public statements from Nikon to hint at when, or if, it will arrive. This absence feels unusual, especially in a market where competitors have advanced aggressively. Sony's A7 RV has set a high bar for high-resolution full-frame cameras, combining 61 megapixels with intelligent autofocus and computational enhancements. Canon's EOS R5 continues to impress hybrid shooters, delivering a well-rounded experience for both stills and video. Even Nikon's own lineup has surged forward. The Z8 and Z9 demonstrated remarkable improvements in speed, autofocus reliability, video performance, and overall technological sophistication. In contrast, the Z7 series, the line once meant to embody pure photographic excellence, appears frozen in time. Its absence highlights a potential gap in Nikon's identity. The Z7 models historically emphasized still photography above all else. They were designed for photographers obsessed with resolution, color accuracy, and static subjects, not for hybrid workflows or videographers seeking cinematic capabilities. This makes the prolonged silence around the Z7 III particularly unsettling. It raises the question, is Nikon losing its focus on dedicated high-resolution cameras? Industry analysts and insiders have floated multiple theories about the apparent delay of the Nikon Z7 III. One prominent theory is that Nikon might be planning a broader rebranding strategy. With the expansion into new product lines like the retro-styled ZF and rumored ZD or ZR series, Nikon could be reshaping its mirrorless ecosystem. In this scenario, the Z7 line might be absorbed into a new naming scheme, blending high-resolution photography with more hybrid-friendly features. Such a shift could blur the traditional boundary between purely still-focused cameras and hybrid models that cater to video creators. Another theory points to an identity dilemma within the Z7 series itself. Historically, Z7 models were tailored to photographers who wanted a high-resolution tool without the compromises of hybrid design, oversampled video formats, high-speed continuous shooting, or advanced codecs. But the market has evolved dramatically since 2018. Today, even cameras marketed as still focused are expected to include semi-professional video capabilities. Hybrid functionality has become the default, not a bonus. This shift puts Nikon in a difficult position. Should they continue serving traditional stills photographers, or adapt the Z7 line to meet broader expectations? This dilemma is compounded by the reality that a dedicated photography-first audience still exists in significant numbers. These users want a Nikon alternative to Sony's A7 RV, a camera with massive resolution, world-class color science, and class-leading stabilization that doesn't compromise still image quality for hybrid functionality. Yet Nikon hasn't provided a clear upgrade path for this segment, leaving loyal users in limbo. The situation becomes even more curious when considering the ongoing discounts for the Z7 II. Deep price cuts, bundle deals, and repeated promotions typically indicate that a manufacturer is preparing for a successor. But the Nikon Z7 III remains conspicuously absent. Some observers speculate that Nikon's collaboration with Red Digital Cinema may explain the delay. Nikon's recent partnership with Red suggests a strategic focus on advanced video pipelines and cinema-level imaging technologies. If resources are being redirected to integrate Red innovations into current and future flagship cameras, it could be slowing development on models like the Z7 III, which have traditionally been still-focused. This would explain why Nikon is excelling in hybrid cameras such as the Z8 and Z9 while leaving its high-resolution, stills-oriented line lagging. This shift in focus creates a broader dilemma. The Z7 series has always been about still photography, not video. Yet Nikon's recent releases increasingly cater to hybrid creators, with raw video support, advanced codecs, compression optimizations, and filmmaker-friendly features. Against this backdrop, the Z7 III's absence feels more significant. Nikon risks alienating its core audience of resolution-focused photographers by failing to provide a modern, stills-first full-frame camera. At the same time, the company must balance the growing hybrid expectations that dominate the market. Another complicating factor is Nikon's historical timing issues. They were late to fully embrace mirrorless technology, launching early Z6 and Z7 models with underdeveloped autofocus systems. It took years of firmware updates to catch up. Later, the Z8 and Z9 reversed that narrative, demonstrating that Nikon could lead in innovation, speed, and hybrid capability. Now, however, the momentum seems to be slowing again. The hesitation around the Z7 III is eroding confidence among loyal users who have relied on Nikon for decades. So, what should the Nikon Z7 III look like if it is to succeed? According to industry chatter, Nikon is reportedly considering two sensor options, a 61-megapixel sensor similar to Sony's A7 RV, or a new 67-megapixel sensor developed with Tower Semiconductor, a company Nikon already collaborates with for APS-C sensors. Either option would significantly increase resolution over the aging 45.7-megapixel sensor first introduced in 2018. While the original sensor performed admirably, it no longer competes with today's high-resolution full-frame cameras. In the end, the story of the Nikon Z7 III is not just about a delayed product. It is about Nikon's ability to balance its legacy with modern market demands. The camera could redefine what a still-focused full-frame mirrorless camera can achieve in 2026, combining raw resolution, processing power, and hybrid usability. But Nikon must act decisively. Years of waiting are testing patience, and the market is moving quickly. If the Z7 III arrives on time with the right features, it could be a triumph, reinforcing Nikon's reputation as a brand that understands both photography and the needs of its loyal users. If not, Nikon risks losing a segment it once dominated. The Z7 III represents both a challenge and an opportunity, one that could shape the company's trajectory for years to come.